Have you noticed how some people instantly command respect when entering a room, while others seem invisible? The truth is, it's not about appearance, wealth, or status. It's about something more powerful that you can master starting today. A psychological principle so effective that applying it once will noticeably change how people treat you. Let me share the approach that transformed how people respond to me. Today we're exploring something transformative, personal boundaries, not the theoretical concepts you might find elsewhere, but practical boundary setting that changes lives. Many people move through life allowing others to overstep their limits, then wonder why they aren't respected. They agree when they want to decline, suppress their opinions to maintain peace, and accommodate everyone except themselves. Does this sound familiar? Today, that changes. I'll show you how to establish firm boundaries that transform how people perceive and treat you. The most powerful part, implementing this approach even once creates lasting effects across all your relationships. Here's an important insight. Respect isn't freely given. It's cultivated. You teach people how to treat you through what you permit, what you prevent, and how you respond. Consider examples. The friend who calls late with personal problems has learned this is acceptable. The colleague who transfers work to you at the last minute knows you'll handle it. The partner who makes unilateral decisions believes your input isn't necessary. I discovered this through experience. For years, I was excessively accommodating, always available, helpful, and agreeable. The result? I was overlooked professionally and personally. Everything changed when my supervisor called on a weekend with urgent work for the third consecutive weekend. Instead of my typical agreement, I responded, "I'm not available weekends. I'll address this Monday morning." After a brief pause, they agreed. The outcome? Professional relationships improved, and Monday brought a new level of respect. That's when I realized boundaries aren't just self-care, they generate respect. Establishing effective boundaries follows a three-step process. First, identify your non-negotiables. What will you no longer accept? Late communications, interruptions during meetings, unauthorized borrowing of your belongings. Document these specifically. Second, communicate directly and confidently. Avoid indirect approaches. Make eye contact and state your boundary without excessive explanation. "I don't take calls after 8 p.m. is sufficient without justification. Extensive explanations suggest your boundary is flexible. Third, maintain consistency. This is where many falter. Setting a boundary means nothing without enforcement. When someone crosses your line, there must be a consistent consequence. I experienced this with a chronically late friend. After establishing my boundary, when they arrived 30 minutes late again, I had already left. They called, frustrated. I calmly explained, "I mentioned I'd wait 15 minutes before leaving. See you next time." Since then, punctuality hasn't been an issue. The most powerful word for establishing boundaries is simple: no. Many people struggle with this word. They use substitutes like "maybe later," "I'll try," or "we'll see," all weaker alternatives that invite negotiation. Remember this. No requires no further explanation. You needn't justify, soften, or elaborate. Simply no, or perhaps no, that doesn't work for me. I once struggled with declining requests. I'd help friends relocate, attend uninteresting events, and accept projects outside my responsibilities. My schedule was full, but unsatisfying. Initially, declining felt uncomfortable, but something remarkable happened. People began respecting my time. Invitations became more thoughtful. Work assignments aligned better with my role. Most importantly, the quality of my agreements improved substantially. When I did accept something, I was fully engaged rather than reluctant. Section 4. Addressing resistance. 5-6. CTS. Be prepared for reactions when you establish boundaries with people accustomed to unrestricted access. You may encounter surprise, attempts to induce guilt, accusations of selfishness, or claims you've changed. Some might express anger or try to re-establish previous patterns. This resistance indicates your boundaries are effective. Consider it similar to an immune response. When a body detects something unfamiliar, it responds. When people encounter your new boundaries, they respond. Maintain your position, they'll adjust to this new dynamic. A family member once called at all hours expecting immediate technical assistance. When I established specific hours for tech support, they expressed frustration and complained to other relatives about my decreased helpfulness. I remained firm. Within 2 weeks, they were scheduling questions during appropriate times, actually improving our relationship. Remember, those most resistant to your boundaries likely benefited most from their absence. Boundaries aren't merely about declining requests. They're about affirming yourself. Each time you honor your boundaries, you communicate. My time matters. My energy matters. My priorities matter. This self-respect becomes evident to others. It creates a presence that people notice when you enter a room. I've witnessed this transform even the quietest individuals into respected figures, not through increased volume or aggression, but through certainty about who they are and what they will accept. People constantly evaluate their environment, unconsciously seeking cues about appropriate behavior. When you maintain firm boundaries, you signal that you command respect. The paradox is beautiful. Prioritizing your needs and boundaries creates more meaningful connections. Relationships built on mutual respect greatly surpass those founded on people-pleasing. The key to transforming how people treat you: establish clear boundaries and maintain them consistently. Will it initially feel uncomfortable? Certainly. Will some resist? Undoubtedly. Will it fundamentally change your interactions? Remember, this isn't selfishness, it's self-respect, a crucial distinction. Start modestly if necessary. Select one boundary you've wanted to establish and commit to maintaining it this week. Perhaps it's disconnecting from work communications after 6 p.m. or requiring advanced planning rather than last-minute arrangements. Notice what happens when you maintain this standard. Observe how quickly people adapt to your expectations. If you found value in this video, please like and subscribe for more content. Share your boundary experiences in the comments. What boundary will you establish this week? If you've already mastered this skill, describe how it transformed your relationships. Consider sharing this video with someone who might benefit, perhaps a friend who's frequently taken advantage of, or a family member who struggles to decline requests. Remember, when you establish your boundaries, others will respect your space. Join me next time for more insights.